Hi, welcome to today's video on applications of derivatives. So this is lecture number 3, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the next application in AOD, that is rate measure. Now, if you recollect the basic definition, what is derivatives? Derivatives is nothing but change in one quantity with respect to another quantity. So it can be also expressed as the rate of change of one quantity with respect to rate of change of some other quantity. So dy by dt upon dx by dt ऐसा भी उसको लिख सकते हैं. Okay, if x and y vary with t. तो ये क्या हो गया? This is rate of change of one quantity with respect to rate of change of another quantity, यानी dy by dx ये एक्चुअली आपको एक रेट मेजर भी दे सकता है. ओके, ऑल्सो यू आर अवेयर, आपने ये चेन रूल पढ़ा हुआ है कि मैं ऐसा लिख सकता हूँ dy by dt को क्या लिख सकता है? dy by dx into dx by dt ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं. therefore rate of change of one variable can be calculated if rate of change of other variable is known. तो जैसे आप लोगों को अगर ये वैल्यू पता है then you can find dy by dt on the basis of this. ये अपन यहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करके भी उसको ऐसा लिख सकते हैं dy by dx into dx by dt is equal to dy by dt, or you can apply chain rule, anything will do. Okay, so what I am trying to say here is that derivatives की definition में ही rate measure की application है. It's a very simple concept. अपन देखते हैं एक्चुअल एप्लीकेशन क्या है. दो टाइप्स के रेट्स रहते हैं. एक्चुअली एकदम फैंसी नेम यूज किया हुआ है यार, और कुछ नहीं, एकदम फैंसी नाम है. देखो, एब्सोल्यूट रेट. व्हाट इज एब्सोल्यूट रेट? इट इज चेंज इन अ फिजिकल क्वांटिटी with respect to another physical quantity. So it's like dy by dx. dy by dx is what we call as absolute rate. Okay, just a name, remember this. And then is another type of rate that is called as related rate. Of related rate and again change in quantities with respect to time are related rate. And dx by dt and dy by dt are called as related rates. They are related to time. Rate, अगर अपन रेट बोल रहे हैं ना, अपने को चेंज इन वन क्वांटिटी विद रिस्पेक्ट टू अनदर क्वांटिटी निकालना है. इफ इट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम देन इट इज रिलेटेड रेट. इफ इट इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू सम अदर क्वांटिटी जैसे dy by dx अपन बोल रहे हैं, चेंज इन y विद रिस्पेक्ट टू चेंज इन x, देन इट इज एब्सोल्यूट रेट. आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द डेफिनेशंस. दे आर वेरी सिंपल. अब इसमें और कुछ भी नहीं करना है अपने, वी कैन डायरेक्टली बिगिन विद क्वेश्चंस. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. इतना ही थ्योरी पोर्शन इस पूरे एंटायर चैप्टर में है. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Right, now look at the question. The side of the equilateral triangle is increasing at the rate of 2 centimeter per second. At what rate is the area increasing when the side of the triangle is 20 centimeter? Okay, side of the equilateral triangle. इसमें ऐसी एक्चुअली बहुत कुछ मेथड वगैरह नहीं है, तो मैंने ऐसा कोई आपको एकदम स्टेप वाइज प्रोसीजर नहीं दी थी. मैं आपको सिर्फ एक शॉर्ट में रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा हूं कि देखो यहाँ पे सबसे पहली स्टेप में, सो लेट मी जस्ट राइट सॉल्यूशन. इन द फर्स्ट स्टेप जस्ट आइडेंटिफाई द ज्योमेट्रिक शेप. जैसे इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल है तो इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल के सब रिजल्ट्स यूज होने वाले. दिस शुड बी द फर्स्ट स्टेप. देन इन द सेकंड स्टेप you differentiate with respect to t or any variable as per requirement. Okay, and then just substitute the values, you will get the answer. तो ऐसा कुछ बहुत ऐसी स्टेप वाइज प्रोसीजर लिखने की जरूरत नहीं थी, इसलिए मैंने यहाँ पे आज एक स्लाइड नहीं बनाई है. यू कैन जस्ट क्विकली सॉल्व दिस. देखो, इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल है, साइड दिया हुआ है, द साइड इज इंक्रीजिंग एट द रेट ऑफ, सो व्हाट यू आर गिवन इज dl by dt, and that value is 2 centimeter per second, where L is the side of the equilateral triangle. At what rate is the area increasing? Identify what you have to find. You have to find rate of change of area. तो area का formula पहले √3/4 times side square. Now why is that? Because it is an equilateral triangle. Just differentiate this quickly with respect to t. So you will get this as dA by dt equal to √3/4 into 2L into dL by dt. आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस स्टेप. ऐसा क्यों आया हुआ है? क्योंकि आप बोल रहे हो कि एक इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल में अगर लेंथ चेंज हो रही है तो लेंथ चेंज हो रही तो एरिया भी चेंज होगा ना. सो dA by dt and dL by dt both are L and A बोथ आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन टी, इसीलिए ऐसा आने वाला है। अगर आप यहाँ पे वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करना शुरू करते हैं और जॉब बिकम सिंपल, √3/4 into 2 into what is L? L is 20, very simple, into I think I wrote this by mistake, 2L into dl by dt. Okay, not an issue. What is dl by dt? Dl by dt is given to be 2. So this 2 and 2 to 4, this is cancelled. So you get this as 20√3. And what is the unit? Unit would be area with respect to time, in a centimeter square per second. This is the correct answer. So, quick recap, what is the procedure? Identify the geometric shape, differentiate the variable, differentiate any required variable with respect to t or any other variable. So, for that, you need to use formula like I have used here, and then just differentiate this. Simple. Okay. The more I solve, the better you will understand this. I will discuss question number 2. Radius of a soap bubble is increasing at the rate of 0.3 centimeter per second. Find the rate of change of its volume and surface area when the radius is 8 centimeter. Okay, let's start with solution. Now, let's identify what is given. The radius of a spherical soap bubble. याद है क्या थी first step? First step थी identifying the shape. So, geometrical shape is a sphere. और उसमें वॉल्यूम निकालना है, तो वॉल्यूम ऑफ स्फीयर रहता है 4/3 πr³ यहाँ से स्टार्ट करना कभी भी। r is given to be 8 centimeter and dr by dt is given to be 0.3 centimeter per second। ध्यान में रखना कि यूनिट्स को रेट मेजर में इंपॉर्टेंस है। ओके, नाउ इफ आई डिफरेंशिएट दिस with respect to t, I will get this as dv by dt equal to 4/3 pi into 3r square into dr by dt. Simple. Now let me cancel this out. So this is equal to 4 pi r square. What was r? R was 8. 8 square will be 64 into ये वैल्यू कितनी है 0.3. ओके 0.3 लिखेंगे. Now this comes out to be 1.2 pi into 64. Now let me make this easy for all of you. This is going to be 1 into 64 plus 0.2 into 64. 0.2 can be written as 1/5 into 64. थोड़ा फास्ट कैलकुलेशन करने के लिए मैं ऐसा लिख रहा हूँ. Now this is going to be 12 5s are 60 and 440 and 5 8s are 40. Okay. So this is coming out to be pi into 64 plus 12.8. मैंने अपना आंसर आना चाहिए 76.8 पाई और यूनिट क्या रहेगा सेंटीमीटर क्यूब per second. And the next step, you also need, this was the first answer, you also need the rate of change of its surface area. तो जब ऐसे ही बोला ना रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ, तो है ना आपको विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टी लेना है फिर से. यू आर नाउ बोलता है फाइंड द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ सरफेस एरिया विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रेडियस, ऐसा बोलेगा. लेकिन ऐसा बोला नहीं है, यानी सिर्फ सरफेस एरिया के हिसाब से निकालना है. सरफेस एरिया ऑफ अ स्फीयर इज ऑलवेज 4 pi r square. Let's differentiate this. You will get this as ds by dt is equal to 8 pi r into dr by dt. Okay, ds by dt is equal to 8 pi r into dr by dt, that is equivalent to 8 pi. R की वैल्यू देखो कितनी है, R की वैल्यू है 8 into how much is this value? This value is 0.3. Okay, so that is 64 pi into 0.3. ये मैंने कैलकुलेट नहीं किया. Okay, so 64 pi into 0.3 can be written as 3/10. 64 pi into 3 is 192 pi, is it? Upon 10. And अपना आंसर आ रहा है that is equivalent to 19.2 pi unit centimeter square per second. Okay, so if you have understood this well and good, बहुत बढ़िया, क्योंकि आप लोगों को ऐसे आप फिजिक्स 11 स्टैंडर्ड में यूज कर चुके हो. सी रेट अगर देखें तो एक्सेलरेशन, वेलोसिटी या एंगुलर वेलोसिटी, एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन, these are all types of rates that you have already solved in physics. So you are applying that in mathematics now in geometrical structures. So what you applied in motion, you are using that in geometrical structures now. एकदम इजी कंसेप्ट है. यहाँ के दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स आपको ध्यान में आ गए होंगे. Let us discuss question number 3. The length x of a rectangle is decreasing at the rate of यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा अभी अलग एक यानी वे रहता है उसको लिखने का is decreasing at the rate of 3 centimeter per minute and the width y is increasing at the rate of you need to pay close attention to increasing and decreasing parts at the rate of 2 centimeter per minute when x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 6 centimeter. Find the rate of change of first part is the perimeter and the second is area of rectangle. Again, see when it is given per minute यानी with respect to time है, so वो by dt के format में rate आया है. Okay, let's solve this solution. Okay, now length x of rectangle एक diagram बना लेते हैं यानी वो थोड़ा सा x और y. Okay, now length x is decreasing. Okay, and width y is increasing, right? So you are given dx by dt equal to minus 3 centimeter per minute. Why minus 3? As you know, the rate is decreasing, we have to take it negative. And dy by dt is equal to 2 centimeter per minute. अब इस केस में सबसे पहले आप लोग क्या करोगे, x equal to 10 दिया हुआ है, y equal to 6 दिया हुआ है, you need to find the rate of change of the perimeter. Now what is perimeter? Perimeter is sum of all sides, so that is 2x plus 2y. Rate of change of perimeter निकालना है, इसको differentiate करना पड़ेगा and you need to differentiate with respect to t. तो dp by dt कितना आएगा? It is 2 dx by dt plus 2 dy by dt. अब dx by dt की वैल्यू कितनी है देखो, dx by dt is how much? No, it's minus 3. Okay. And how much is dy by dt? Dy by dt is 2. So how much is this? This is minus 6 plus 4. So that is coming out to be minus 2. अब पेरीमीटर का यूनिट रहने वाला है सेंटीमीटर और रेट का यूनिट रहने वाला है पर मिनट लेना पड़ेगा वहां पे. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट आंसर. अब सेकंड आंसर निकालना है एरिया ऑफ रेक्टेंगल. एरिया अगर निकालना है, एरिया ऑफ रेक्टेंगल इज ऑलवेज x इंटू वाई. अब रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ निकालना है. नाउ सिंस ऐसा नहीं बोला उसने फाइंड द रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ एरिया विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू लेंथ, ऐसा ना बोलते हुए सिर्फ रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ बोला है, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम लेना पड़ेगा. आई होप दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन इज क्लियर. यानी यहाँ पे मैक्सिमम केसेस में 95% of the problems are dependent on related rates and only 5% of the problems are on absolute rates. तो ये रेयरली पूछा जाएगा यानी find the rate of change of area with respect to length, find the rate of change of volume with respect to radius. ऐसा बहुत कम बार पूछा जाएगा. But anyways, I've just told you this. Right, now let's just solve this question. dA by dt is equal to, यहाँ product rule लगेगा, x dy by dt plus y dx by dt. Now let us substitute the values over here. What is the value of x? X is 10. Sorry, आगे पहुंच गए यार फिर से. Where was I? Right. Okay. X is 10. dy by dt is of course 2 plus y is 6 and how much is dx by dt? Dx by dt was minus 3. So this is coming out to be 20 minus 18. The final answer comes out to be 2. What would be the unit? Area का unit centimeter square और rate होने की वजह से per minute. So this is the correct answer for question number 3. Very simple again. Right, question number 4. A particle moves along the curve y equal to 2 by 3 x cube plus 1. Find the points on the curve at which y coordinate is changing twice as fast as the x coordinate. जब fast slow की बात आती है यानी with respect to time है, that is something that you have to understand just by looking at the problem. So according to the given information, curve है y equal to 2 by 3 x cube plus 1. Now you also have the rates given. It is given that y coordinate is changing twice as fast as the x coordinate. So dy by dt is equal to twice as fast as the x coordinate. Okay, so dy by dt is 2 dx by dt. So let's now just differentiate the given problem first of all. So इसको अगर डिफरेंशिएट किया तो मिलता है dy by dt is equal to कितना आएगा 2/3 into 3x square into dx by dt, बाजू वाला 0 रहेगा. Now this gets cancelled. Now dy by dt is of course twice dx by dt is equal to कितना आ रहा है यहाँ पे 2 into x square into dx by dt. Now all you have to do is cancel this, okay, and cancel this also because the rate can't be 0. ऐसा मुश्किल है. तो आप लोगों को मिलेगा x square is equal to 1 means x is equal to plus minus 1. Now if I substitute x as equal to 1, इसके दो solutions, okay, when I substitute x as equal to 1 in this, y would be equal to 2/3 and plus 1, that is equal to कितना आएगा 5/3. Okay, and when I substitute x is equal to minus 1, this is going to be minus 2/3 plus 1, यानी आ जाएगा 1/3. Right? So you have, so we'll find the points. So you knew that there would be two answers. One answer is 1 comma 5/3. The other answer is minus 1 comma 1/3. And these two are the correct answers. Right. Let's talk about question number 5. A stone is dropped in a quiet lake and waves move in a circle at a speed of 4 centimeter per second. At the instant when the radius of the circular wave is 10 centimeter, how fast is the enclosed area increasing? अब बचपन से ही यानी कुएं में हर आदमी जहीर खान बनने का ट्राई कर चुका है. एकदम बड़ा सा पत्थर लेना और उसको फेंकना अंदर. So if you do that, if you drop it in say quiet lake or quiet water which is not changing its direction or not moving, then it forms circular waves. And you must have seen that those circular waves go on increasing in size. Why do they increase in size? Because their radius comparatively increases. तो ऐसे circular waves वो बढ़ते जाते हैं. ऐसे ही एक एग्जांपल यहाँ दिया हुआ है. So let's look at the solution. Stone is dropped in a quiet lake and waves move in a circle. So geometrical shape is circle at a speed of 4 centimeter per second. Okay. At the instant when the radius of the circular wave is 10 centimeter, how fast is the enclosed area increasing? Right. Okay. R is given to be 10 centimeter. So if I say that waves are moving, ऐसे waves आगे आगे जा रहे हैं, okay, circular waves ऐसे आगे जा रहे हैं. So and they are increasing in size, right? So it means that their radius is increasing. So it's like dr by dt is given to be 4 centimeter per second. Okay, how fast is the enclosed area increasing? Right. So I need the value of dA by dt. Okay. So I'll start from area. So area का formula क्या रहने वाला? Pi r square. dA by dt would be equal to how much? It is going to be 2 pi r into dr by dt. So 2 into pi into r, how much is r? R is 10 into dr by dt यानी कितना आ जाएगा? It is already 4. तो बहुत easy हो गया यार problem. So this is actually 80 pi. And what would be the unit? It's going to be centimeter square per second. Okay, so this is the correct answer. And you have waves move in circle at the speed of 4 centimeter per second. So जब radius बढ़ेगा तो overall waves आगे बढ़ेंगी, है ना? So this is the correct answer here. Now let's talk about this last question. A man is walking at a rate of 6.5 kilometer per hour towards the foot of a tower 120 meter high. At what rate is he approaching the top of the tower when he is 50 meters away from the tower? Okay. Now I have already made this diagram so that it becomes easy to understand. ये पहले से मैंने ट्रायंगल क्रिएट किया हुआ है और यहाँ पे मैं सिर्फ नोटेशंस लगा रहा हूँ. So this is the base of the tower, and this is of course the top of the tower. So I'm representing this as OT, that is our tower. Okay, some man is over here. So let's call this as A, suppose. Yeah, यहाँ पे और एक दिया हुआ है. Man is walking at the rate of 6.5 kilometer per hour towards the foot of the tower, 120-meter high. At what rate is he approaching the top of the tower when he's 50 meters away from the tower? So this has to be 50 meter. अब ये already 120 meter दिया हुआ है. Okay. So as you know, I can just consider solving the problem over here. Man is walking at the rate of. So let's say, okay, yes, let's say that this is our x. Okay, it's approaching. यहाँ पे अपन लेते हैं. ये तो फिक्स्ड है, इसको तो 120 लेना पड़ेगा और इसको वेरिएबल y ले लेते हैं. राइट नाउ so it is given that dx by dt, sorry, it is given that dx by dt is equal to 6.5 kilometer per hour. Okay, so I think this can be taken as negative. Now why is that? Because he's approaching the tower, so the length x is decreasing. If the length x is decreasing, it has to be negative. That's my logic. Let's see the further steps here. So I can say that x square plus 120 square is equal to y square. Okay, now I'm going to differentiate that. So I'll get this as twice x dx by dt. Okay, क्योंकि ये एक वेरिएबल है, यहाँ से a आगे आगे बढ़ रहा है. ओके, टुवर्ड्स द टावर. टावर की लेंथ थोड़ी चेंज होने वाली है. और हाँ, टॉप ऑफ द टावर वाला ये साइड हाइपोटेनियस, ये भी डिक्रीज होने वाला है. As soon as he approaches, a approaches towards the tower, that is going to reduce. Suppose a यहाँ पहुंच गया, तो naturally अपना ट्रायंगल नेक्स्ट टाइम ये ऐसा बनने वाला है. So I hope you are understanding the problem here. Okay, now let's not create confusions. I'll just remove this. Okay, right. Okay, now so twice x dx by dt plus 0 is equal to twice y dy by dt. Okay, so these values should be with us. अब मुझे सिर्फ y की वैल्यू निकालनी है. Okay, so x is of course 50. So 50 square plus 120 square is equal to y square. X is 50. 50 square plus 120 square equal to y square. Y square would be equal to Pythagorean triplet 130 square and y की वैल्यू 130 आने वाली है. So we are going to use that over here. X की वैल्यू कितनी थी? X की वैल्यू थी 50 into dx by dt. dx by dt कितना था? minus 6.5. Let's write this is minus 13 by 2. I don't know if I am writing this is correct or not. But ठीक है, ऐसा लिखते हैं इसको. अब y की वैल्यू कितनी है? 130 है. into dy by dt है जो मुझे निकालना है. Yes, ये कैलकुलेशन से रिड्यूस हो रहा है. बहुत बढ़िया. So that is how much. This is 10. Okay, now this 0 gets cancelled over here. So dy by dt is coming out to be how much? Minus 5 by 2, is it? Yes, that is minus 2.5 kilometer per hour. Right, now, okay, so that's the end of lecture 3. Okay, now if you are wondering that in the last problem rate was given in kilometer and I have found the answer in if the length x and y were given in meter and I have kept the dx by dt value in kilometer, you can check from the previous screen. Why is that? See, if I keep x and y as meters on LHS and RHS, those units will get cancelled. So dy by dt, the final answer will be in kilometer per hour only. So that's not going to change our answer much. So that's the end of today's lecture. I hope your doubts are clear. Right, I'm going to end the class. Thank you so much for attending. Bye for now. Like and subscribe if you have benefited from this lecture series.